Yo, what's up everyone? Silent Haven here, and welcome back to another video. About 3 weeks ago, I remixed Silent Hill F's main theme, and I got some comments on that video asking how I did it, so I figured why not just do a little breakdown about how I went about the process. To be honest with you, the game wasn't even out when I made this remix. It was like a week before, and so the only access I had as a reference to make this remix was the leak, I guess it was the leak, where they showed off the intro of the game at an Anime Expo, I believe. That was the only reference, somebody's cell phone recording of the intro song. So I didn't really get the full scope of the song in terms of a proper version of it. And also, I made this the day before I released it. I did it in about like 3 hours, I would say. And I was happy with it, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to drop it, which honestly is how I do a lot of my music. Sometimes it's just spur of the moment inspiration. I start something and then I run with it. I just want to say thanks for 10,000 subs. You guys are legends. So big shout out to everyone who subscribed. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And we are on the way to 20,000 as our next goal. So I appreciate all you guys. Much love. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. First thing I did was learn that main riff. I could play a bit of it. So yeah, that's that main riff. I recorded that actually using this mic, which is the AKG 414, I think. I don't. So instead of the kids singing, I used a few different things here to kind of just make it instrumental. A few different Mellotron samples here, and let's hear those together. So that's the main part. I have a mandolin that I'm using the Mellotron 5 plugin from Arteria. It's my go-to for those Mellotron samples. This is great. So I use the Mellotron sample and the flute and a flute sound. And those two are playing the same thing. And then I added on top of that my own string idea I put together. I don't think this is in the original. I just added it. And that just plays at the beginning, just to back up that main lick. From there, the song drops, right? And basically the main groove of that you're gonna hear is the bass and drums. The song doesn't really have bass, at least from what I heard in the recording. I just made up my own kind of bass lick, as well as the drums, and I'll play those two together. So yeah, it's a cool groove. For the drums, I was going to program my own, but I ended up just going with some samples. I combined two of them together. I'll play the first one. And then for the second drum loop, I kind of chopped it a bit more to just punctuate some of the accents. And then together. Yeah, I really love to combine drums. That's something I do a lot. But yeah, that's the drums. I guess I added the drum bus, Ableton drum bus, to give it a little bit more punch. And then with that, you got the main guitar riff going. As well as the vibes, Mellotron vibes sound. It's not in the original track. I just added it to kind of give it more of that Silent Hill 1 vibe. So yeah, on top of that, there's just the flute doing the main melody with everything. Okay, so now we get into the second part. All that changes is the vibe and the flute cut out, and in comes back the mandolin doing the main melody, and then I added a second guitar part, which really screams Silent Hill 1. This guitar tone that I was really trying to emulate from the first game. It's like the main theme from Silent Hill 1, as well as like songs like Killing Time, and there's a few others that really have a heavy vibrato sound on the guitar that's I couldn't really replicate it with pedals. I did try to, or sorry, VST pedals. I tried to, but I wasn't really finding any that could really get that done. So I went to my Line 6 Pod HD Pro X. I just used the amp model of a Fender black faced amp, so like black panel. And then for the vibrato, I used the U Vibe and kind of just really cranked up the depth and the mix on that to really give it the warble effect that you hear here. And that with a delay and reverb sounds really cool. So then the second part of the song, it kind of opens up and there's a bit more strumming to it. So yeah, pretty simple. I just repeated that till the end of the song, basically. Then I added another vibrato lead over that comes in like this, midway through those strums. So doing the same thing that the other lead acoustic is doing, but it's kind of doing a bit more. I'll play the lead Mellotron sounds and let's hear all that together. What it's doing. So this part's not in the song at all, the part after this. So I came up with this melody that is very reminiscent of some of the songs in Silent Hill 1. The bass and the two lead guitars together. I kind of think it goes on too long, but again, I made this in one day, so I was like, it is what it is. I'm dropping it tomorrow. But that, along with a kind of a tremolo picking, let's hear that. So it continues with that until the very end of the track, where I kind of just ended it on the end. So that's basically the structure and elements I used to put this track together. If you listen to a lot of the tracks on Silent Hill 1's soundtrack, they do sound like they're coming from a crappy speaker or like a radio. I use Tape Mellow-Fi and Lo-Fi AF. And combining those two, let's hear without it. Totally different without it. And then with. So what these things are basically doing is EQing out some high and low end, mostly low end, like doing a high pass, as well as adding warble effects on the whole track, also adding some tape emulation, right? So that's kind of the secret sauce that really makes it feel like a Silent Hill 1 track. Yeah, nothing too fancy or crazy. It's pretty much what you hear is me playing the guitars and Mellotron samples. It was a lot of fun to do. I was actually thinking about doing maybe a few more tracks in this style from Silent Hill F's soundtrack, because there is a few songs on there that I think could sound really cool if I give it that treatment. Let me know if you want to hear a specific song off the soundtrack. Leave it down below and let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. And make sure if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.